Alright, what's going on everybody? Beats by Lonza. We back here for another video. So today I want to talk about the song structure I use to create beats while I am making beats in my MPCs. Now, a lot of y'all know that I like to use the 8-bar song structure. And the reason that I like to use that is because I like to finish out a lot of my beats inside of the box. So by the time I finish the beat on the MPC, you don't have to go anywhere else to do any more mixing. You don't have to go anywhere else to do any more rearranging. It's arranged where it needs to be arranged inside the MPC. Now, what I want to show you and what I have on the screen right now is just a basic song structure for a song. Today we're going to talk about two particular songs and two particular variations, which is going to be a rap song and an R&B song. Alright, so if you look at the top of this screen where it says rap and it says everything, you see everything highlighted is in red. That's what we're going to talk about. That's going to be the song structure that you'll need for a rap song. So you're going to need an intro. The intro is optional, but I prefer to have an intro in every one of my beats. Whether that's going to be a one bar intro, a 4-bar intro, or 8-bar intro, there has to be an intro. Normally when I do my intro, I have a 1-bar beat tag that is my intro, and then it goes into my verse. Or I'll have an 8-bar intro that will be the song, the part that builds the intro into my verse. It gets you ready, gets you warmed up to get into the verse of the song. Alright, so then we'll move on from the intro to the verse. The verse is normally for a rap song 16 bars. So that's another reason why I use the 8-bar sequence, because you can double the 8 bars and make it a 16-bar verse. And then if you have to make any changes or variations within that 8 bars, you can always make variations in the next 8 bars. But 16 bars is typically what you would have for a rap verse. Now next, you'll see in yellow it says optional for R&B use only. That is the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus is normally 4 bars and it leads up into your chorus. And so what happens is when you have that just builds up to let you know that the chorus is coming. Now that's optional. A lot of times that's used for R&B songs, but it can be used in rap songs as well. But just depends on how you want to design it. But we're talking specifically about an easy, simple structure of a rap song. So you're going to have an intro, a verse, then you're going to have a chorus. The chorus is your hook. That's going to be 8 bars. Now sometimes the chorus might be 4 bars, but sometimes the chorus will be too short by being 4 bars. So you got to make it, catchy. It has to be your main message, and it's gonna be a repeat of your 4 bars. So intro, verse, chorus, and then after you come out of your chorus, you're gonna come back into your verse again, which is your 16 bars, and back to your chorus, which is your hook, which is gonna be 8 bars, and you're gonna do that 2 times. Now, normally on the song structure, you have a verse and a hook, a verse and a hook, and a verse and a hook. You have three verses and 3 hooks. But the way that I make my song structures now is that to get that idea out of my head and to make the song complete enough, I have an intro, a verse, a hook, a verse, and a hook 2 times. And then here's the next thing that is optional in it. You can also have a bridge that can come after your second chorus, or you can have the bridge that comes in after your first chorus. Either way, you can vary it and you can do it either way. But to make your song interesting, you want to have a bridge inside of your song structure. But again, that's optional and you don't have to have that. Alright, the bridge is normally 8 to 12 bars. Again, that's in red. You can use it whether you want to or not. So, again, when you see me using the MPC, most times I am using an 8-bar structure. I'm doing 16-bar verses, 8-bar hooks. That keeps it easy, keeps it simple, and I can always go in between and either reduce it in half or double it. So I hope this helps with the song structure. I know we only talked about R&B. If you want to look into R&B, I suggest for your homework you go listen to an R&B song and listen how many bars is in the intro, how many bars is in the verse. I will give you a clue that on this screen there's some numbers on the screen that will tell you how many bars you'll have for the R&B song, and it will be in parentheses. But anyway, this has been Beats by Lonza with original content. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Peace. All right, so I want to give you all a visual representation of what I'm talking about when I say song structure in the MPC. Now, as you can see right here on the screen, I have a sequence of an intro that I have built on the MPC. Now, what I do for my intro is, like I said, this is you either have the option to do one sequence of one bar, which would be the beat tag, or you can do 4 bars of whatever your intro is going to be to lead into your verse, or you can do 8 bars, which again, builds the tension for the song to become your preview before you get to the verse. All right, so that is what we have for the verse. Now, as I scroll my knob to the next sequence, is going to be named verse. As you can see, I name all of my sequences from the intro to the verse to the hook to the breakdown. And so that way you don't get confused where you are when you just have a whole bunch of sequences. But I stick to 4 different sequences: an intro, a verse, a chorus, and a bridge, or what I like to call breakdown. So as you can see right here, that verse has 16 bars, and the hook is going to come in with 8 bars. All right, so the next thing I want to show you is that if you go into your song mode, here's how you add your sequences into your song mode. Now, there's a couple ways you can do it, but this is the way that I like to do it. Make sure that you are in your group A so that it will show your sequences on your screen. Because sometimes if you move groups, it will not show what you have as your sequences. So you hold down your record button, and you can either tap on the screen to make the sequence go to your song mode, or you can tap the actual pad. So pad 1 would be your actual your intro. Pad 1 will be your verse, pad 2 will be your hook, and pad 3 will be your intro, just depending on how you loaded your sequences on the freaking MPC. And then after you have them all loaded, again, like I said, your intro, your verse, your hook. For a rap song, then I bring in a verse and a hook again. After you've done that, then you just will export that to your SD card as an MP3 or a WAV file. I prefer to do MP3. It's a much smaller file, and it's ready to go. And if I ever have to go back and use a WAV file, I can always come back in and snatch a WAV file out of this file, or I can just convert it in one of the many converter apps that I have on my phone. So here, again, like I said, you're going to export it. I like to add a 7-second tail. And then I'm going to export it, and I'm going to send it to my SD card. And then boom, 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 boom. It's going to go through, and it's going to export. We're going to watch it export and go all the way across. And this is just how I keep organized. I have all my songs named. And so whenever I look at the SD card and I transfer them to my computer, then it's already named. Now, the next thing you're going to do if you look into your arranger mode, you will see whatever sequence is on your main mode will be inside of your arranger. So what you want to do in this instance is you want to convert your sequence. So you're going to convert all your sequences that's in your song mode so that it creates a whole brand new sequence with one song. Now, you only want to do this when you want to bring that to your arranger to do more work. So let's say, for instance, you needed to add some more elements into the beat. Instead of going back to the sequences, you can actually go to the actual arranger and on the fly put your changes into the sequencer, into the arranger sequencer right there. And then that's pretty much it, and pretty much done. There's a third way. You know that now that we have the clips, you can also record your clips to the arranger. And so you can actually make changes that way as well. So again, the MPC gives you 3 ways of doing different things. So one way may not work for you. You have to pick another way that will work for you, and then you go from there. All right. Again, thank y'all for watching BeatsByLonza. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace.